You don't have to shine to win. That's the level Hansi Flick Barcelona has reached, and it's exactly what's needed to turn a historic treble season into reality. The match against Celta transformed from one of the worst into one of the most unforgettable. Flick and his team passed this test with dignity, once again proving this Barcelona doesn't break under pressure. Today we're talking about how we beat Celta, why Barça can win it all, and why Flick's team are the undisputed comeback kings of the season. Barcelona has entered that part of the season where every match is a countdown, and every match is essentially a final, until everything is decided. The game against Celta was never going to be easy. The team from Vigo had already taken points from us this season. It ended 2-2 at Balaidos, and their 37-year-old head coach Claudio Giraldes showed he could go toe-to-toe with Hansi Flick. So there were no expectations of a rout. The objective was much simpler. 3 points, nothing more. The match in Dortmund showed just how much of a luxury it is to not have Íñigo Martínez and Pedri in the starting 11. At the same time, the coaching staff faces a massive challenge, getting results while managing player fatigue. This time, Hansi Flick gave Lamine Yamal a rest. He was a shadow of himself at Signal Iduna Park. Ferran Torres stepped in and Barcelona's attack adjusted. Raphinha shifted to the right flank while Ferran filled the Brazilian's role, moving between the left side and the center. Other than that, no surprises. The strongest lineup was on the pitch. Giraldes set his side up in a dynamic 3-4-2-1 when attacking, which transformed into a 5-4-1 when defending. Barça dominated early on. Raphinha and Fermín switched positions and the Spaniard delivered a perfect pass for Lewandowski. The movement was brilliant. Keep an eye on Ferran, who once again showed exceptional off-the-ball work, opening up the space for Robert. In the 9th minute, Íñigo won the aerial duel off Raphinha's cross and missed the target. Just a few minutes later, Flick's plan clicked again. Ferran moved centrally, received the ball from Íñigo, used his speed and dribbling to destroy his marker, and curled it into the far corner. Raphinha watched Ferran score, playing in his role. The goal showed how sharp Ferran is physically. He breezed past Marcos Alonso. That's his 17th goal of the season, his most productive campaign ever. But our joy didn't last long. Minutes later, Celta showed how they'd break our high defensive line, not with verticality, but with width. Alonso fed Duran, who found Iglesias. It looked simple, and that made it hurt even more. In the 23rd minute, they launched a near-identical attack through the right side. Only Wojciech Szczęsny saved us. At 43rd, another defensive collapse on the left side. Gerard Martin had a shaky game. Again, Szczęsny kept us alive. 2 back-to-back saves, but Barça could have ended the half ahead. The triangle of Íñigo, Frenkie and Ferran worked well, though the Spaniards' finish lacked precision. You'd expect the second half to bring out Barça's best. Instead, it was a shocker. Szczęsny denied another Duran to Iglesias connection, then Frenkie broke the offside line and kept Borja on. A tactical error followed by a technical one. 1-2. Flick turned to his joker cards. Lamine replaced Ferran and Dani Olmo came on for Fermín. Barça went into full attack mode. Initially, it didn't work. In fact, it almost backfired. Pedri lost the ball to Moriba, who set up Iglesias for a huge chance. Again, Szczęsny saved us in his 5th stop of the night, another hero of the night. Then a mistake from Olmo led to positional errors by Cubarsí and Íñigo. They left Iglesias wide open again and he calmly beat Szczęsny 1-3. It felt like the end. We've never seen a Hansi Flick this furious. But in the very next attack, Barcelona pulled one back thanks to brilliant link-up play between Lewandowski, Raphinha and Olmo. Dani dragged Celta's backline deep, allowing Robert to receive the ball in space. He fed Raphinha, who found Dani in the striker's position. A perfect rotation and a clinical finish. A spectacular goal. And a clear sign Olmo can fill in for Lewandowski, who suffered an injury and will miss at least 2 weeks. And then, just minutes later, I'll enter another super sub, Lamine Yamal. He received the ball from Koundé and delivered a perfect cross to Raphinha. Note how the attack adjusted. Lamine on the right, Martin on the left, and the central trio of Olmo, Lewandowski and Raphinha. The Brazilian scored from a central striker's position, a testament to the relentless pressure Flick's team unleashed. Celta simply couldn't cope. Yamal's assist was pinpoint, his 22nd of the season and his 36th goal contribution overall. Absolutely insane numbers for a 17-year-old. We move on. In the 73rd minute, Barça nearly scored a 4th. Íñigo found Olmo, but Dani missed his chance. Still, it was brilliant play. The defender's vision and the attacker's movement were elite. Barça kept probing for creative openings, but in the 89th, Celta had a golden chance, and our former player Mingueza let us off the hook. And then, the match winner. Dani Olmo drew a clear foul inside the box, a clear penalty. Raphinha converted, another Ballon d'Or level goal and performance. 4-3, a championship-style win. When the final whistle blew, the emotions overflowed. When have we ever seen a Hansi Flick like this? That photo of Raphinha and Flick, one of the season's iconic moments. The coaching staff, the bench, all those emotions, they're ours forever. Even Ansu Fati's reaction, it meant something. He wants to play. He cares. Barcelona showed they are the kings of remontadas this season. Comebacks against Atletico Madrid and Celta proved this team is impossible to break. Shout out to Real Madrid and Benfica too. This match boosted Raphinha's Ballon d'Or case. Raphinha became the first Barcelona player with 50 goal contributions in a single season since Messi, Neymar and Suarez. The Brazilian stats are wild. The hero is not me, it's the team. To score 50 goals with this team in less than 3 years here is something very special for me. Honestly, even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined this was possible. But to actually make it happen is so special, said Raphinha post-match. This team never gives up. That's our mentality, said Flick, though he also criticized the defensive errors. At halftime, he spoke with Raphinha and told him he needed him. He's a leader, Flick said after the win. Raphinha's season is a metaphor for the club's transformation, from rumors of leaving to being a serious Ballon d'Or contender. He's been involved in 51 goals this season, the first culé to cross the 50 mark since Lionel Messi. The Brazilian's journey at Barça mirrors the team's evolution, resilience under pressure, and now the club is at a point where they don't have to dazzle to win. Raphinha embodies the fighting spirit of Barcelona. The countdown to La Liga is on. Before next week's Copa del Rey final against Real Madrid, Barça will host Mallorca at Montjuic. Inter will squeeze in between the two clásicos, and it's still unclear if Lewandowski will be available after asking for a substitution. From now on, no one can ask more from this Barça side. The team enters the decisive phase with the ambition to win it all, and with a mindset that makes you believe this could truly be a historic season. It was something wild, but it had the taste of a championship, the taste of La Liga. Barça really did come back. They did it after a brilliant Celta side took a 3-1 lead at Montjuic and turned the title race on its head. But champion teams have a special aura in certain games. Remontada against Celta wasn't just a rush of joy for Barça fans. It was a decisive statement in the fight for the title. CULES, hit that like button if you're impressed with the championship form of our team. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, which country, which city. And be sure to subscribe to our new project, Football News Tribuna. We're collecting the biggest stories from the world of football all in one place. Go check out the channel and hit that subscribe button. That's all from me. Love Barcelona and Visca el Barça.